All right, welcome back. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursaleen. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Lesson 14. We'll talk about ihdina al-Sirat al-Mustaqim. What is this verse saying? This small, beautiful verse is saying, guide us to the perfectly clear, balanced, straight path. So basically, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us to make dua. So Allah is teaching us to ask Him. How to ask Him? Very simple. Tell Him, guide us. So this is a verb for command, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's break this down. But before we break it down, here's a quick overview. Once you know who Allah is from the previous verses, we learned many different attributes of Allah. Once you know what He does, once you know who you are, all of these things have been defined. What is my relationship with Allah? It has been defined previously in al-Fatihah. And once I have humbled myself, submitted, obeyed, and prayed to Allah, and once I know the relationship between me and Allah, what's the next thing to do? Ask Him to guide. Ask Allah to guide you to the perfectly straight or clear path. But here's the catch. Not so much of a catch, but here's a warning. Allah does not guide those who are knowingly rejecting the truth, or too arrogant to accept the truth. Now let's break down word by word. Ihdina. It looks like one word, but it's actually two words. Ihdi is one word. Na is the other word. And in Arabic, sometimes two words are written together. Sometimes even more than two words are written together. So here's a quick breakdown. Ihdi simply means it's a commanding verb. You know, there are different types of verbs. There are three types of verbs in the Arabic language. There is the past verb. There is the present verb, like na'budu and nasta'in. Those are present verbs. And then there is the commanding verb, ihdi, guide. I'm commanding. Of course, when I command Allah, I cannot really command Allah. This is like begging Allah. But grammatically speaking, this is a commanding verb. And the na part is the connected pronoun, which means us. The na means us. It can also mean we, depending on the grammar. As-Sirat has some theological and semantic perspectives. Let's look at the semantic perspective of the word as-Sirat. Lughatan, semantically, as-Sirat means the path, the road, the way, and theologically, as-Sirat can mean a whole bunch of things. It can mean Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he's the path, he's the road, he's the way for us. It can mean the Quran, because the Quran is the path, the road, the way for us. It can mean Islam in general, because Islam is the path, the road, the way for us. It can mean the path that guides us to the deen of Allah, and it can mean the path to Jannah. So there are 5 different opinions or tafasir of as-Sirat that are mentioned in the books of Quranic commentaries that are written by some of our greatest ulama, mufassirin, which are the Quranic experts. So theologically, the word as-Sirat, or you can say metaphorically, it can mean any one of these 5 things. So remember these 5 things. When I read al-Fatihah, every time I read al-Fatihah in my prayer, I imagine one of these meanings. I imagine Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when I say as-Sirat. Sometimes I can imagine the Quran, and so on and so forth. And finally, the word al-Mustaqim has the idea of perfectly straight, clear, middle, balanced, no extremes, neither falling short nor going overboard. So that is it. That's the verse. Ihdina al-Sirat al-Mustaqim. Ihdina al-Sirat al-Mustaqim. So here's a quick check for understanding. What is the meaning of the word ihdi and what is its type? What type of word it is? And then, of course, the follow-up question, what is the meaning of na and what type of word is it? Na is the connected pronoun. That's the type of the word, and it means us. Semantically, what is as-sirat? Semantically, what is as-sirat? We looked at 3 different meanings. Do you remember what they are? And also, theologically, what are the 5 interpretations of al-Sirat al-Mustaqim according to Quranic expert? Let's look at al-Sirat only. What are the 5? Because Sirat al-Mustaqim, of course, is and we can go back and quickly reference this. Remember these 5 meanings semantically, and here's the 5 meanings that are aqidatan, theologically or figuratively. And al-Mustaqim means perfectly straight. It means clear. It can also mean middle, balance, no extremes, not going overboard, nor falling short. And then we have the thinking question, why do we repeatedly ask Allah for guidance when we are already guided as Muslims? I'm already guided as Muslim. Why do I have to keep saying ihdina, 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 al-Sirat al-Mustaqim? Why do I have to keep saying every day in every prayer 17 times a day? So this is a good question that is often asked and discussed in the tafsir of the Quran. And there are different answers. Well, the best answer, or one of the best answers that looks like the best answers to me personally, is that today I'm guided. I don't know if I'll be guided tomorrow. Tomorrow, maybe the shaitan will fool me and I get misguided. So I'm asking for guidance all the time. I'm refreshing and renewing my guidance. And, you know, I could make a mistake anytime. So I want to continuously ask for guidance. And also, another interpretation is, yes, I'm guided, but I want the guidance to be easier and clearer. I want to be more guided in the guidance itself. So I get more answers, more wisdoms, I uncover secrets. So all of these are possible meanings. So that's our lesson. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursaleen, Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een.